All right, y'all. I think I'm live. .com things. Lower the music out here. It's been forever since I streamed. Twitch is saying unstable, but I've dropped a few frames. Stupid. I don't know why YouTube is not. Says I'm excellent, but I'm offline, but I'm not offline. All right, let's get over to, does this work? That works, except for the vertical cam. What up, y'all? Let's go. Looks like the bot is not running, so let me check my bot arena real quick. Come on, bot. Why you do this to me, bot? Streamer bot. I just need to be a little rebooting me. Or reboot this old streamer bot. Let me refresh the YouTubes. There we go. Now YouTube is showing live. So we are live on Twitch. We are live on YouTube short vertical. Let's look. I gave blood, or I didn't give blood today. I did lab work. I still got to take my thing off there. All right, let me restart the old streamer bot. Hasn't been updated in forever and a half. I need to move my. I'll get to this in a second. Need to get streamer bot running. Might have to give this Windows 10 machine a little more RAM. RAM.com. Why are you not connected? Oh, there we go. Now you're connected. Let's see if you're working now. Okay, you working now. Good deal. I just need a little streamer bot rebootimus. Okay, so that's working. Move me over. Slowly moving me over, baby, yeah. Okay, so welcome everybody. It's been a minute. Definitely has been a minute since we've streamed. And yeah, so we're just gonna vibe today. We're gonna chill some music. I gotta go get the smoker fired up. I gotta get some dinner on, so I've got a camera going that I'm going to take downstairs and outside and do my darndest to get it set up in a situation to where we can see the smoker, assuming it's not raining. I don't have my window open, so I don't know if it's raining or not, but yeah, so I'm gonna go do that right now. And hey YouTube, hey Regine, I don't know if I said that right, Silva, Mr. Stan, welcome, appreciate y'all being here. I keep moving around and it messes up the camera. I move around too much for vertical. I should like shrink my camera, but welcome YouTube viewers. Yeah, so I'm gonna go over on we're live on Twitch, we're live on YouTube verticals. I'm gonna go downstairs, I'm gonna set this camera up, and then I will come back up and we'll make sure it's all working and, you know, good to go. That way I can then switch over to it and y'all can see that running while I prep the meat and get the meat on. And then what we'll do is then once that's on, I'll come back and we'll fire up cursor and we'll do a little bit of vibe coding. I need to make an edit to my Discord bot called Heimdall. I need to add the ability to block links. We're having some link issues in the Discord and I'm not on it enough to really monitor that like all the time, and it's not Rhino's job to do that because he's my buddy and he just volunteers, and you know, appreciate the heck out of him of helping out. So user list here. There we go. That is live. Cool. Yeah. So then I'm trying to remember what the link to /live. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Got that running here. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm gonna go to the AFK screen. Let me go down and get this camera in place. Then we will I'll come back up, get it set up here so we can see everything. Get the smoker fired up. We'll get dinner on and we'll come back and we'll vibe code. So I will BRB. Give me a quick few minutes here. Okay. Got the camera set up. There we go. Now let's see how I did when it comes to actually aligning it without being able to look at it. Survey says that's actually pretty good. So I need to go down a little bit. So for the YouTubes, let me make a vertical scene here. Really quick, I say. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Alright, that'll work. And then we can put the music. I can remember what it's called. Muse, there it is. Sorry, YouTubes, we're doing this live. The reason it's smoking like that is because it's starting up. It's part of the startup process. That is normal. Do not worry. Make this a little. So I need to move the camera down a little bit. Okay. Now that we're live on there, what we're going to do is I am going to leave us here. I need to go close the door now because the startup process is just about done. I need to season my meat, and I'll get it on the smoker here, and I'll come right back and we'll get into vibe coating. And then I'll add this camera to like the overlay to our vibe coat so we can kind of keep an eye on the smoker. But when I get back, I will tell you about this smoker because there's something special about it. So, all right, be right back. Okay, we're back. Man, it's so warm in my room here. So, what we got going here is this is my, let me fix, just make this full screen. Move that over. There we go. There we go, YouTube. Let's go. Leave the music out of the way there. Cool beans. Or if I can record. Alright, let's see how badly this messes things up here. So what you're seeing here is my vertical smoker from Camp Chef. It is the Camp Chef XXL Pro. I call it Lurch, and I just liked the name. And I actually had it modified. There's a cart I had built by a local metal shop, and more news on that very, very soon. So make sure you're following along here. My Instagram family. And what I got going here is Bear Mountain Pellets, Bear Mountain Barbecue. I got their apple whiskey blend, my favorite blend of all time. Again, Bear Mountain, let's chat. We gotta do something. Barbecue season's rolling up. We gotta get rolling, my homies. I got a pork tenderloin on from my friends over at Swift, and today I'm using the homie JDQ, his spicy rub. I got that as a base, and then I did the main coat of his sweet garlic. It's legit stuff, so definitely y'all need to take a look at that. But yeah, here's the day number 2, Camp Chef. Look what we got going here. We're rolling smoke. We got this mod going I'm gonna tell y'all more about later, but Camp Chef day 2, trying to get y'all to notice me. Barbecue day is coming up. Let's chat. Let's freaking go. All right, y'all, that was a little ad I wanted, or not an ad, something I wanted to record just to see if I can get Camp Chef or Bear Mountain to kind of chit chat with us. So we'll see how that recording actually worked out. Okie dokie. Let's get back over to our regularly scheduled programming, shall we? Home lab, are you going to work? You are going to work. Let's move the old Discord out of the way for just a second right here. And for the YouTubes, sorry, Twitch, let's get the camera blown up a little bit more here. Lurch in frame. It's Alt? Yeah, it's Alt. Go. Cool. We can do that. That'll work. That'll do, donkey. That'll do just fine. Let's fire up cursor. I gotta eat a snack too. I gotta drink water. Did I miss a text or something? Oh, I did. Cursor, what are you opening? Scripty? No, we're not working on Scripty. So we close the folder. So I started working in VS Code, and there's a lot of mods and stuff I added, and like, I'm kind of on the fence about this. Then I moved over to Cursor for a little bit, and that was really cool. But I ran out of the AI, agent really quick. And then I'm like, oh, anti-gravity came out. So I moved over to anti-gravity. I used anti-gravity for quite a while. But what I didn't like about anti-gravity is they made it so difficult to use other LLM providers outside of the Google ecosystem. Trying to get like Continue or Clyde, not Claude, but Clyde. I'll show you here in a bit. to get those kind of working, it was just kind of a pain in the butt. So I ended up switching back to cursor, and while it does take, at least on my desktop and my laptop, which are not horrible systems, it does take a little bit to boot up. It's a little more resource intensive, I think. I think it's a little more open to plugins from like or extensions from like the extension store than anti-gravity is. That's just my opinion. You know, you do you. All right, what do I got here for my message? People, I don't understand people. Can I, no, can I, where's my, how do I see mine? Wait, let me tell you something here, chat, whoever's watching. I've got a product listed for sale on Facebook Marketplace. It is an electronic product that says new still sealed in the box. Okay. This person messaged me last night saying, you know, good evening, is still available. This morning I said, yeah, are you interested? They just responded, yes, I'm interested. But just because it's an electronic, can I see the connection, it working? I ain't gonna open a sealed brand new box, hook this all up for you to see it's working, just for you to say, haha, scammed you, mofo. No, I ain't stupid. Like, people are whack. Hey Google, set a timer for 1 hour. Alright. Thanks, Googs. You know, people are wiggity whack, yo. Hopefully, my barbecue rub bottles don't melt. That part does get a little bit warm, but I don't think will. And sorry, YouTube, you don't get to see the barbecue because there's not enough room on the vertical overlay, unless I side by side the barbecue on my camera. So, all right, let's just install this update. Are you installing? Well, while it's maybe doing something. Agents, here we go. Sorry, I said Clyde, I meant Klein. C-L-I-N-E. Klein Kanban. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, so what I need to do what is my $219? It's been a long time since I've worked on this bot, so we're going to not show that. It's all right. A long time since I worked on this bot. Dev server invite. Okay, so are we already in our dev server? Heimdall is already in the dev server. Cool. That's what we like. Okay, so our update is done. I like that. What does this person say? Okay. So I don't need those. Don't remember if the database. I'm guessing that was in the ignore. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I need to Sorry, I'm doing this off screen because there's stuff I have to. All right, let's do this. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to clone a repository, clone from GitHub, and then we want to do Heimdall, and we want to do it to a specific directory. No, not documentation, applications, Python, Discord bot, Heimdall dev. Okay. Now I need to copy database and the env file. Okay, cool. All right, person. You gonna buy my stuff or not? so we got to create a virtual environment. Virtual file is configured, but terminal environment injection is disabled. Enable Python use. So what we need to do is our setup. Cool. I think we need to do, I think a Python -m env.env. Yep. And I think we do dot env / scripts / activate. Yay! There we go. Alright, so what we did there is we created a virtual environment. Did I do it in my, yeah, I did do it in my folder. Create a virtual environment, and what this is doing is letting us run our Python shiz. Now, what I do need to actually do, now that I think about this, let me see what env. Oh, I was smart. Oh, me. Sometimes I'm smart. Sometimes I am. Okay, and what I should be able to do is I need to add all of the requirements here. I'm trying to remember how I do that. I always forget. The command I forget. Pip install -r. Pip install -r requirements. There we go. What that's going to do is it's going to download all the requirements, which is all of these things I have here in this folder or this file called requirements. Install them in my application. Cool. We're done there. I'm going to clear this out. Now what I can do, if I go to main and we're here to run and debug. I'm going to do Python debugger. Let's do the Python file. Yes, I want to allow. That's okay. Okay, everything is running. No errors there. What else do I have here? Keep that going there. Let's see if we're running on my dev server. We are. That means I got that running correctly. And if I go to the website here, you can see this is the login screen for my Discord bot. And you can see over here on the test, or on the Discord, this is my test server that just Rhino and myself are in. And you can see right here, my bot is alive and running, my dev bot. So if I were to stop, you go ahead and stop this. you can see the bot here in a bit would go back to sleep. Sometimes it takes a little while. It takes a while for the APIs and stuff to communicate. Ignore CovaBot. That's not the bot we're talking about. We're talking about Heimdall. But regardless, it'll go back to sleep. If I do something here, for example, if I do a language, it doesn't do anything because the bot's actually offline. So let me start the bot up again because we need to actually make sure stuff workies. I need to figure out this change here. I don't like how it's closing the files on me. I want to keep my files open. Something with the change. Okay, whatever. So right now, if I do that, see how it blocked me? It deleted my message. It pinged me over here and said, HAVOK, please use English only in this channel. Then it should delete itself. Obviously, I have a typo here. It should delete itself after like 10-15 seconds. Yep. And then you've seen the mod logs. It said HAVOK Spanish. This is what he typed. So it's working. And it didn't do anything in my live server. So that's what we like. That's what we like. Okay. So let's get back over to our screen and let's see if I remember how to log in, first of all. That was lucky. That was a lucky AF. So here's the command center. Sorry to YouTube, it's hard to do this and be able to see when it comes to verticals. I guess I could always make the screen a little smaller, but let's see if that'll help. No, not really. Let's have some dead space there so you can actually see what's happening. Let me hide this so we have a little more space to work with. There we go. Here's what it is. So, yeah, so here it's just a basic dashboard I created, and literally all this is doing is right now is if somebody types in a language that's not English, it deletes the message, pings them and says, hey, use English or use this specific channel to Shiggity chat. All the logging stuff is here. Like you put in channels that you want to, have do things. Language filter. This is the big one. This is where all the good stuff happens. Save this message here. We should get a message in our bot status here that says we changed the message. Yeah, okay, cool. So that's working. Blacklist, whitelist, ignored channels. This is obviously missing data because I'm not using a live database. I'm using my test database. Our user stuff is myself, admin, and myself, HAVOK. Yeah. And then you can also hide the side menu if we really wanted to. So the biggest thing I need to do here is So this is language filter. I should do link filter. And then link filter should have, let's do this. We need to plan this out. Let's move this back here. Okay, so what this needs to have, we need to have a tab link filter. And then in there needs to be filter active toggle, bypass staff toggle, and that's just for testing. Audit log channel. We'll do custom warning message. And then we need to do whitelist, blacklist, just in case something's not even caught. Because we'll end up whitelisting like my Discord URL, my channel URL. I'll have to do bypass staff and bots because, or no, I should do bypass bots. Bots toggle, because I do have a bot that posts my new YouTube videos and stuff in there that needs to not get dingering. I could also whitelist those, but then I don't want people like spamming that stuff as well. So bypass staff, bypass bots. I don't think I need to. I mean, I guess they do ignored channels because the announcements channel will be ignored. I'm kind of basically just copying my language filter. Okay, so filters active, toggle. List of channels. Channel ID to send logs to. Custom warning message. List of listed, and then remove URLs. list of URLs that are blacklisted and add remove URLs. Okay. Then what we'll do is section link filter status. Custom warning message. And then we'll do a section. Bring this up here. Section. Configuration. Logistics. All that. Just a warning message. There. List. Action. Blacklist. Cool. All right. So that's good. That's going to be our sections. Now what things do. Do I have continue set up? Nope. Client set up? Client Kanban. I'm gonna have to go look at this before I install it. Okay, we're gonna not do that yet. What are we using here? I don't know if it's going to work or not. It's been forever since I've used this specific. Pretty much use Code Assist and use it. Well, that didn't work. Whatever. Okay. So the way I did this was with cogs, and we have the language filter, and then we have templates, which, yes. So what we're going to do, we're going to stop this. I don't like how that goes away either. Where be my settings? Down here. Controls behavior by clicking on the active icon with the device ignored. Yeah, that's what I want. Cursor dark. Breadcrumbs. I think this is editor manager. Here we go. Let's go Google this real quick. Disable preview mode. Workbench, editor, enable preview. Workbench. We don't got editor in the workbench. Oh, editor management. Live preview. Uncheck. I think that's what I want. So now if I do... Nope. Oh wait, I have to save, don't I? Don't you have to save in here? This is interesting. this one. Double click the fog permanently. Click edit, spacebar, backspace, the tab will change from italic to regular. That's what I wanted to uncheck. Alright, so now if I open up... Yes, that's what I wanted. Okay, cool. Took us a bit to get to what we got there. Don't worry, y'all. Okay, what I need to do is go remove those bottles from the smoker because I don't want them to potentially melt. So let me get over to YouTube. We'll go right here. And then Twitch. We'll go right here. Okay, BRB. sorry for that. I had to do a couple things for the house too. It's busy time for me right now. Got house issues and we had a windstorm. Also, I opened up. Let's turn this off. Won't do anything. Yeah, it's fine. I opened up my window because it's freaking hot in my room. I got these 2 computers running and they just pump out the heat. Eating with my mouth full. So we've been in our house for 25 years, bought it brand new. The house behind us had these gigantic trees. I don't know what kind of trees they are. I'm not a tree dude. Gorgeous trees, right? Like way old. And our neighbor next to us also had one. When these new neighbors next to us moved in, they cut it down in their backyard. And every time there's a windstorm, since we've lived in this house, it's always like scares the crap out of me because the wind always blows towards our house and big branches always fall off those 2 big trees behind us. And we've had branches like bust the fence, etc., etc. And those neighbors never do anything. And for the past couple of years, there's been widowmakers in that tree, like gigantic branches pointing down. They're not broken off, but and so this year we had a couple big windstorms, and then at some point we had a pretty substantial rain event in our area for like a week. It rained hard. Well, one day my wife's like, why is it wet here upstairs? And I'm like, huh? And I'm like, that's interesting. Like, we just had a new roof put in like last summer, like a year ago, a little over a year ago. And so just to be sure, we put like a bucket down to where the one spot that like might have had a hole, which would be where the smoke detector is. So we put it there, let it go overnight. There was nothing, but the carpet was soaked. And I'm like, or we put a towel under it. And the next day that was empty, but the carpet was soaked. And I go, I wonder, and I moved some stuff and felt and kind of feeling around, and I go, it's coming from the floor, not the ceiling. And I looked up like above my wife's desk, like next to her computer, where her computer is, and you could see where water was pooling in the sheetrock because it had like a little bubble. And then you could see, we have a vaulted ceiling in her office, and then you could see like the trail of water that came down, not on our side, like the bottom side of the drywall, but you could see like where it was running on top. And so it was going down and then going down the wall and then into the carpet. And so that wall also shared a common wall with our spare bathroom. So I looked at the spare bathroom and you could see some bubbling along the ceiling. And I'm like, oh, shiz, we got, some issues. And I looked in our bathroom, which also has like a sharing wall, like our main bathroom. And there was like, about like the crease of where the ceiling meets the wall, the drywall, it was starting to mold. I'm like, what the heck? And so I called the roofer. I said, hey, like we got a hole in the roof, or we got a leak somewhere. Can you come out and look? Because we're getting water damage. And so I showed the dude inside, and he goes, okay, I'll go up and look. And then a little bit later he comes down and he goes, so did you hear the big thud? And I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. He showed me pictures. So during whatever windstorm, one of those widowmakers came off of the neighbor's tree and literally impaled into our roof. and created a hole about the size of a like soda can. And so when it rained, the water just drained into that hole, which then went through the insulation and then the drywall or sheetrock and blah, 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 blah. Like fudge. So I had the dude temporary repair it, opened up a claim with our homeowner's insurance, and had a company come out and look at it. And they're like, yep, we got to do some work. So they tore out the like drywall or sheetrock. I keep saying drywall. The sheetrock like above my wife's desk, along the wall next to her, like shared wall, part of the wall in the bathroom, part of the ceiling in the bathroom, and that molding part in our other bathroom, and then tore the carpet up in like our hallway in her room because it was soaked. And then in our spare bathroom we have linoleum. Well, I guess that was soaking wet underneath too, so they had to like cut up half the flooring in that bathroom. And then for an entire week we had to run, and they put all this like plastic sheeting stuff up and like these poles, and they made essentially rooms. Think of it like if you've seen the movie Thor, where they put the whole like plastic dome tent thing around Mjolnir when they're doing all the testing. Think of it kind of like that. It's all like the plastic stuff to make little contained areas. And they had to bring in dehumidifiers and fans and let it run for a week. We had 16 fans running and 2 dehumidifiers. It was so freaking loud and drove me bananas, bonkers. I could not work like up here at my desk. I had to have the laptop down at the kitchen table, and it was crazy. We had to move my wife's desk and her computer stuff like downstairs, so her setup is like downstairs. Like half of her office is like our family room. It's a great room up like in our upstairs. Can't use it. It's like tore up. The ceiling's gone in that part. Like, and what I'm concerned is like right now it's cool, right? But like once it starts getting hot, because that is also vaulted ceiling, it's upstairs. There's now no sheetrock. There's no insulation. It's going to get hot. But you can see now that ceiling or that sheetrock is gone. You can see up there the hole that is in the actual plywood that branch put in. So we're done with the reclamation, or mitigation is what they call it. They did all that. Everything's dry. And our insurance company, before the reclamation, mitigation company was even like, they just got done. They just picked up the fans that day. The insurance company sent like, hey, this is how much it's going to cost to fix everything, and we cut you a check today. And I'm like, bruh. One, how do you know how much it's going to cost? Because all you did was come out and looked at it before everything was taken apart. Like they said our roof was only going to take like a couple shingles. No, it's going to take an entire piece of plywood, like replace the plywood and shingles. They're like, oh yeah, the spare bathroom is going to be like $125 for a piece of drywall. No, we're talking drywall on the wall, the ceiling, all new flooring. Like, what's cool though is they said that they will, as part of our insurance, they'll have people come in and pack all of our stuff up and go put it in storage. That way we don't have to worry about like putting a bunch of crap in our garage, like where's stuff gonna go, and like that's all covered. So excited for that. If they have to replace the carpet, our entire upstairs, every bedroom, my office, the stairs are all the same carpet. So they're going to have to replace the entire floor, which is going to be a pain in the ass because we're going to have to like somehow room by room like pack shit up, and I don't know how that's going to happen. It's going to be a cluster monkey. But the positive thing is, from what I understand, is once they put the drywall sheetrock back up and texture it, they'll paint it. But they're going to paint the entire room because it has to match, right? So that'll be nice. We'll have a new paint job in my wife's room and in our bathroom. We'll have new flooring in our bathroom. Hopefully we'll get all brand new carpeting because it's all original carpeting from 2001. So yeah, so right now half of our house is kind of, our quarter of our house is kind of wonkified. So I'm working with the company right now to yeah. And the company we're working with is, which is great, is that they will deal with the insurance company. I don't have to, which I am happy about that because I got plenty of other issues to work on. And I got to set myself an alarm here because I need to go in streaming. I have to go meet my wife. I have work I get done on the truck. Hey Google, set an alarm for 4:30 p.m. Yeah, cool. Oh, it's the 8 p.m. Gracias. Okay, cool. Finish my little snack. I'm gonna make this bigger so didn't quite work like I want it to. We can do partial. I'm trying to make it a little bigger for YouTube to see it. It's difficult to do this in vertical. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to use cursor, and I want to use let's see, it's going to be HTML as a visual and language filter.py as the resource. We're calling the tab link filter. Link filter. Let's see, the database also needs to be updated. I already have a initialized database. NetDB. I didn't mean to hit enter. Rip. Right. Forgot to. I also forgot to save this to a different branch. Such a scrub. It's okay. Such a scrub. On no scrubs. back. So it created a link filter. Look at that. I like that. Okay, so let's review first. So link filter tab. We're not done with that, but we don't want to commit. Just want to accept that. So link filter, good there. We're good there. Migrate link filter settings. Adds link filter setting to existing database. What is this? Layout.html. Why not? Let's go for it. Dashboard. Let's go for it. We're not going to commit any of this stuff. DB manager. Let's go and run this, just so it updates the database. We'll have to go back and okay. See how badly this F's things up. Alright. Tog deletes messages that match the same URL as URL pattern. Global bot active and link filter active are both true. The cog deletes messages that match the same URL Discord invite pattern. Use elsewhere or Discord.gg, blah blah, skips bots, commands, channel lists, ignore channels. You want sections allowed, domains, step bypassed. Alright, let's see how badly this broke things. Main here. So we have link filter. Oh. Cursor is just like, no problem. I got you, bro. I like it. Take it. And I didn't even do anything. You can see it says link filter, you know. And then if I undo it, it'll log that I undid it. It's cool. It's not going to work yet. Well, maybe it does. When active, the cog deletes messages that match the same URL Discord invite style pattern used elsewhere. Skips bots, commands, and channel listed in ignored channel IDs. Same list as language filter. It logs your database. Sets post to a bot log channel. Default for link filters active. False. So turning the bot on does not suddenly strip all links until you have it on your new tab. You want the next sections. Okay. So it's already wanting to like, hey, let's expand on this. I wish I could like make this stay. I don't like how it leaves as I stop. It needs to stay. Where's my stuff here too? What does this do? That's not what I wanted. Oh, create a launch JSON file. That's what we're missing. Don't save. Okay. So I think what we need to do right now is before I screw things up, because I will, it's just how things happen. We need to test. So let's run this again. All right, right there. There's a play button. That's what I was looking for. Let's run this again. Where's my the dashboard? Burrow. Oh, it's because I wasn't on main. It's because I don't have a... Yeah, I didn't set up the file. Okay. Now if we reload. Alright. Our main core system. We're off. We're on. Cool. This is the main part. Our language filter is active. Bypass staff. I'm going to remove that. So I want it to ping me. I want to make sure this works. Blarg, Fark. Hola, amigo. So deleted. Language test. Let's see if it does that. Okay, deleted it. Cool. Still has the extra comma there. It's okay. I don't care right now. Not worried about it. Figure it out later. Just want to make sure the language part's still working. Should delete this. Cool. Now if I do bypass staff, larg farc como estas. Oh, it's not the channel I wanted to type it in. Oh, we're not bypassing staff. Told you something would break. Turn it off, turn it back on. Nope, broken. Okay. I do international gaming. It's not doing that either. Okay. So I know why that's not working. So if I go copy channel ID, ignored channels needs to go there. Ooh, flash banged. Sorry about that. I don't know why I did that. That was fun. So now if I type in here, it's not ignoring, so it F's something up. Like, told you it's gonna break something. So we're not gonna make a we're not gonna make a new. Actually, I should make a new branch of that, because in case I accidentally save, I don't want to save back to GitHub to the main branch, and that would, because the main branch is working as intended. Okay, let's go back to cursor. No errors here. Nope, just giving us the updates. Unstop. And down here, we'll go create new branch. Add, call feature, link, alternative. There. That way, main branch is still protected up at GitHub, and this is Gucci swag. Okay, so the changes we want to make. I don't want to confuse it too much. Under the link filter status section, there needs to be the following features. This staff. This will be a toggle pass. So will be a toggle that when turned on, staff will be able to post links. When turned off, staff will not be able to post links. Bypass bots. This will be a toggle that when turned on, bots will be able to post links. When turned off, bots will not be able to post links. View section configuration logistics. Audit. Audit logging channel. Then we need a section, ignored channels. It's going to be the exact same for Discord channel. And then we gotta do white or blacklist. Blacklist. List URLs the bot will block when posted by any user except staff and bots if the toggles are enabled. There needs to be a way to add or remove URLs. URLs entered. Okay. So I think this is everything. I'll go back and read. Filter. Oops. All right, here we go. This is a big ask right here. it's funny because before I learned, like, started doing locally hosted AI stuff and vibe coding, etc., I actually I used to be a programmer, and I can program this stuff. Like, I understand what this stuff on the screen means, if-then statements, classes, you know, importing, etc. Like, could I write this, like, verbatim right now off the top of my head? No. I think there's a lot of people that could, but there's also a lot of people that couldn't, that even, like, that are, you know, maybe have started with, like, VS Code, because there's so much autocomplete stuff now. But I think one of the benefits, you know, obviously this stuff helps you create programs and stuff faster. I still think, in my opinion, you need to have a little bit of knowledge to figure out, okay, what exactly is broken here? And that's where, like, you know, I like doing this stuff is like, you know, I could go watch a YouTube video and recreate a lot of this stuff. And I actually started to, like, 2 years ago, I started making a Discord bot to do all of this stuff, and then just got busy. And now it's like, okay, I can use tools because technology is evolving. You know, I could use these tools available to me, and I still understand how to do things. I can fix stuff, you know, if need be, etc. All right, you can go away here, the bar. There you go. We'll see what this comes back with. How are we looking here on our 32% of our context used? Doesn't mean that's what our actual, like, agent usage is. Something I don't like about these paying for, you know, like, I'd totally pay the $20 a month to upgrade to Pro, but they don't give you, like, at least to my knowledge, tell you how many tokens you have left, or how much you have left for the month. So you could, like, burn through your entire month in a day or less than a day, and then you'd be like, what the F? And so that's why, you know, it's kind of wonky to, unless there's a way now that I'm not aware of. All right, verify the syntax. So set location. We'll run it. So link bypass bot, bypass staff, log channel, warning message, this name, filter ignored channels, whitelist, blacklist. The whitelist is empty. Any detected link is treated as not allowed. Strict mode. Add patterns. Blah, 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 blah. 2 links allowed. New installs also get these via blah blah blah. Okay. Template link filter. Filter status. Okay. Just keep all. YOLO. YOLO! Go back to main. Let's run this ish. Okay, we're running down the drain. Okay, so we got this running. Dashboard, refresh, flashbang, link filter. Okay, it actually kind of paid attention to what I wanted. Just why I like cursor. Okay, so link filtering. Let's turn off staff and bots. And did it log it for us? Link filter bypass staff disabled. Okay, cool. That's what we wanted. So we want to do, I have like language. Let me just duplicate this channel. We'll call it link filter box. Okay, that updated. User, that link is not allowed. Links are not allowed on the server. If you need to post a link, please let a mod. Alright, save that message. It updated in the bot, so that's cool. Our bot is running. Okay, well, let's see if this actually is going to work. So let's just go to, stick with language test. We'll go youtube.com. Do I have... No, okay, so it's not working. Oh, it's not active. Haha. Okay, so it blocks. Links are allowed on the server. If you need to post a link, please let a mod know. Cool. Okay, so it blocks actual links like with HTTPS, HTTP, but it does not block them just as text. So I think we're going to need to have it figure out. Let's see, bot status, updated, link, HAVOK, channel, and then what the link was. Cool, that's exactly what I want. Real quick, let's bypass El Staffo. That updated. Let's try. did not block it. That's good. Let's disable. Oh, we need to. Disable bypass staff. And then we need to do a whitelist. A channel. So let's say. Just adding flashbang, man. Something with the refresh. I'll have to fix that. It's jarring. Okay, that's cool. And it says the name of the channel. I like that. Cursor's freaking smart. So we have bypass staff off, but we have links are ignored in tester send. So if I post cool. If I delete that and now try. Sweet. Hey, works. Now let's add so staff is off. We added that. So if I do that worked. I got blocked. If I do youtube.com/HAVOK. Okay, so anything at YouTube is available. I don't know if I want that. I have an idea. Actually, that might not actually be a bad. That makes sense. That makes sense. But if I do this, youtube.com/HAVOK. So what I want to, with this, what I'm hoping will happen, if I go to youtube.com, it should block it. But if I use youtube.com/HAVOK, it should allow it. That's what my hope is going to be. Haha! That's perfect. It allowed that. Okay, perfect. That's exactly what we want. Okay, that makes me feel better. If I disable that, flashbang, man. If I do youtube.com/HAVOK, but I allow youtube.com. Those are being logged, right? So I need to tweak this. I want to have admin operators go to a different channel. That's okay for right now. I don't care about that. So if I do HTTPS youtube.com/HAVOK block, okay, HTTPS youtube.com. Okay, that works. Cool. And it says link filter. So I think I want to have this make sure it says it's a blacklist policy. Okay, so we need to now say and then what else other problem did we have? Besides it not linking to a specific channel for login. Oh, what I did not test is, yeah, when so this language test will have this be our ignored channel. Because what we didn't do is no blacklist. Oh, I need to delete the blacklist stuff. I'll have it fix this flashbang crap. It did this a while back too. It's because of I have this, the way I have this shrinking sidebar and how it like resizes the logo and stuff. It's a whole thing. I'll end up changing it. Okay, so we need to test now that if I post a link into here, it works, but if I post a link in here, it should not work. Nice. Do I have whitelist user in language? No. I don't think we need to. Because I could put a whitelist user on here, that if there's specific users that we want to allow. What I'd rather have is the ability to like temporary allow a user for like 3 minutes. But more importantly, the person just lets us know what the link is. We can either post a form or we could just whitelist the link real quick, and then they can post it, and then we can delete the whitelist. Doing that. I think that works. Oh, we need to have it add the ability to Log messages that have links that don't include is log ID, flag channel ID. So we'll change what are the types of links? Oh, all log items that are logs should be written with the master log channel ID. Okay. Stop that. Post that. Go. All right, chat. I need to stop streaming because I got to go check on my meat, and then I got to go run and pick up my wife. So, thank you all for hanging out with me today. Well, it wasn't a lot of fun, but here we are. Good times. Yeah. Okay, dokie. Y'all rock. Check out the Discord where we're doing all the fun things and stuffs, and check out the YouTubes, youtube.com/HAVOK. And yeah, until next time, stay safe, have fun, and keep doing good.